on his floor. He's a larger gentleman, you know. He must have broken his ankle while coming down from his loft in his space, and he needed me to pull him out. And as I tried my best, and there was just stuff in the way. Some stuff had fallen, and it was hectic. I mean, that thought of him in there, just like it's in my brain. You know?
Max, you were, as the creative director, you were working the door on Friday night. Can you describe what the scene was like in the place before the fire, and then what you saw as the fire broke out?
Prior to the fire, there was, I believe, around 70 people or so in the venue enjoying the music at the time. I was downstairs. I heard someone sort of offhandedly say, "Is that a fire?" And it wasn't said with a severity that rang. But then a second later, someone else said fire, and I headed in that direction. I saw an orange glow coming from the back of the warehouse, and I immediately ran and grabbed a fire extinguisher. I ran back. I got, maybe one squirt out of it, and I realized that it wasn't going to do anything. The roof had already caught, and the flames were coming forwards towards the door at an alarming rate. It took about 15 seconds to go from notification of a fire to completely engulfed.
Max, based on what you saw, or maybe what you've heard from fellow survivors in the last 24 hours or so, do you have any sense of how this fire may have started?
From what I've been hearing, it sounds like it was an electrical fire. That's what it sounds like at this point. There's been a lot of information floating around, and I'm just trying to make sense of it.
And the fire department has said, Max, that there were no sprinklers, no smoke alarms, no exit signs, things like that. Is that true?
There are no sprinklers in the building. There were none installed in there. Prior to us getting the warehouse, it was kind of an as-is basis, including the electricity. We tried to be in communication with the landlords, and they were not very helpful with us throughout the entirety of our struggle with the electricity here. So that's, my first instinct is to think that perhaps some of the building's wiring had something to do with this.
And quickly, Max, did you communicate those concerns to the landlord at any point before this fire?
The landlord has been in communication with both myself and the owner of this space for at least 3 years now, and the electricity was a major issue prior to my coming aboard. I know that they had some talks over it, but it was never fully resolved, and not resolved in the appropriate channels.
Max and Bob, I'm so sorry for what you guys have been through. I'm so sorry for the loss of your friends. Let's hope for the best on some of those missing. And I really appreciate you being with us this morning on what's a very, very difficult time. Thank you so much.